Welcome back. Well, with Tootsie and Beetlejuice opening soon, you would forgive a person getting Broadway kind of mixed up with Hollywood these days. But even with movie musicals all the rage, there's a lot more to check out this season. Theater expert Steve Schonberg is back with us this morning with his picks for the months ahead. Happy New Year. Good to see you.
And you as well.
I know it's the end of January, but I think we can still say that. Tell us about Be More Chill.
Sure. Well, you know, like you said, movie musicals are great, but like, at a certain point, you're kind of like, enough already. So let's look for new works, right?
Yeah.
So Be More Chill is a musical that ran off Broadway, was a huge hit. I'm so excited for its transfer. And it's about a young man who finds out about a pill that's a supercomputer. And when you take it, it actually teaches you and tells you how to be more cool, which is why it's called Be More Chill.
Who couldn't use this?
I mean, as somebody who grew up a total nerd, I could have used it at the time, but you know, I think it's really an allegory for our time of like finding yourself, being authentic. You know, we can curate our lives on Instagram, and is it really true? It's a pop-driven score by Joe Iconis, who is an incredible songwriter. He's really sort of got a cult following. He does his rock and roll jamborees at 54 Below. So I'm really excited for Joe as well to finally have his big Broadway show.
Previews beginning soon over at the Lyceum.
Yeah.
Hadestown.
Sure. So this takes the classic Greek mythology, the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, in which Orpheus goes into the underworld begging Hades to get Eurydice back because it's his love. So this is a different telling of it. It actually is a Depression-era, post-apocalyptic setting.
Okay.
Instead of the underworld, Eurydice works at Hadestown, which is an underground factory. So it's a different telling of it, and it's actually a dual-path story of actually also the love story of Hades and his wife, Persephone.
Okay. And oddly enough, this is Pat Battle's nickname for me.
Okay.
Choir boy.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that got a laugh out of Pat. I will just leave that there. Tell us about Choir Boy.
So this is at the Friedman Theater, and it's a show about it's a prep school for young black men, and it's about growing up and what you're taught in school and also finding yourself. So the lead character, he really wants to lead his choir, but he's struggling internally, trying to be as ethical and as moral and follow the rules as possible, but understanding and inside his burgeoning feeling of being a gay man. And he leads the choir, and you sort of hear the story throughout. And also the score of this are incredible spirituals. The choir is just fantastic. Go for the play, go for the music. It's absolutely terrific.
And that's closing at the end of next month.
It actually just got extended.
Oh, very good. Okay, I just saw the graphic there. That's good. That's good. That's through
March 10th.
And that's interesting. You have two of your picks you're dealing with how tough it is to be a high school kid these days and all the challenges there. Sure. Our last entry here is going to be The Ferryman.
Sure, and funny because The Ferryman's titled for the person who, in mythology, took you across the River Styx. So we have another theme there.
You're dealing with high school and Hades.
The underworld.
Well, depending on your journey, there could be some similarities there. So The Ferryman, who would take us to the other side. Tell us about that.
Well, this takes place in 1981 during the Northern Ireland conflict, and it's about a former IRA activist and how the past comes back to haunt him when the body of his brother, who had died 10 years earlier, is found. And it's about finding the balance between yourself, your family, and your commitment to your country. And this show has got over 20 people in it. I mean, you've never seen a cast this big in a play on Broadway before. It also has a goose, a rabbit, a baby.
Quite the menagerie there.
But you feel like you're really inside of their family, and you're hearing their stories and understanding sort of that balance and that time in sort of a conflict in the UK.
And do you find it somewhat encouraging that a lot of these productions have started off Broadway, sort of that traditional road of off-Broadway leading up to the big houses?
Right, off-Broadway or London as well. Hadestown just closed this week in London. The Ferryman was in London as well, a big hit. And by the way, about The Ferryman, the new cast goes in on February 17th, including Brian Darcy James.
All right, and there's a lot, which he was the original king in Hamilton, and then did Something Rotten. He's a very competent
Yeah, he actually was one of the replacement kings in Hamilton, but Something Rotten was incredible as well.
All right. Terrific cast. Thank you so much, Steve, as always. And again, I'll say, Happy New Year.
You as well.
Terrific.
Happy New Year to everybody.
There you go. Theater expert Steve Schonberg, thank you so much. It's 9:57. We'll be right back with more news right after this.